message.
This is the May Contain Action podcast
on Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and more.
3, 2, 1, 0. All systems active.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 55 of the May Contain Action podcast, the show brought to you by Manscaped, the men's below-the-belt grooming best under-belt plum shaving experience, which is exactly how it's written on the script. Never question how I read the ad. I nailed it. I'm host number one. Shut up, Trevor. I haven't introduced you yet. I'm host number one, Paul, a.k.a. ActionJaxon. You look great, Trevor. My goodness. Look, you got a fresh cut. I can see you on the screen. Yeah. Wow.
That's all zoomed in. You can see my luscious goatee coming in. And
new
not
lens.
My beard because I can't grow one.
Yeah, I don't see the back window where like people like deliver packages and stuff. And it's like
that
people walk by.
Yes, that's over.
That's an issue. I saw I got very distracted. You look fantastic. We're live. We're live with like I said, episode 55, which just seems like way too many episodes. That is a lot of episodes. We have been live for a long time. And I just want to just hit me today. We're doing good, Trev.
We are doing good. That's more weeks than are in a month or in a year.
Well, yeah. Right? It's 54 weeks in a year.
Two.
Yeah.
More
50,
than
52?
Less than 55.
I knew it was an even number. All right. Do you want to be on the pod? Call or leave a message, which is a text at 503-908-9526. Like I said, you leave your voicemail there, or you can text that phone number to ask a question either for our guest, which we announce on Monday, or for either one of us. But we'll kind of take the question round robin and see what people think of it. But if you have a specific question for anyone or anything related to that, please call or text 503-908-9526, and your question may get read on the next episode. But without further ado, let's get right into the reason that we all tuned in today, even I tuned in, and Trevor, to our guest. She is none other than the inaugural winner of Amazon's show, Chasing the Crown. She's got a heck of a lot of energy. She is our phenomenal creator, our person of the week. It is none other than Twitch's very own ChelseaBytes is here, everybody.
You hear that yell in the background? That was great.
That was really good.
That was good.
We told you to get rid of the yay.
It's going to be here forever because we said
it's just really lame. It's just a yay sound. It's on stream elements. It's awful.
I don't have a yay sound.
No, that's old PM with his new toys. He's got sound effects. Now we can't get him to stop. Yeah,
stop using the sound effect.
That's I wish
Kelsey's
I had
here.
good
Go
sound
away,
effects.
PM.
Exactly.
Come back. Yeah.
What the heck?
We need you here.
It's about Kelsey. We want to meet Kelsey.
Why do you have so many
Typical.
That was the sad moment. Oh man, I put on glasses because I just did the most embarrassing thing, and I'm trying to do a Clark Kent, so nobody recognizes me. Oh god.
No, not embarrassing at all. Yeah. So I mean, full disclosure, we had a heck of a time organizing the pod today.
In the last 10 minutes or so.
Last 10 minutes, and honestly, it's like 90-10. That was all us. We did not do a good job of that.
No, y'all were good. I just looked up. I was like, that's Pacific time. Yeah. So I just like wasted so many people. I am gonna lash myself later. Oh God.
Well, like 10 minutes before the pod, I was like, wait, there's different time zones. Wait.
I was like, oh, they meant Eastern? Oh God.
Exactly.
So
Let me show up really quick.
I'm on Pacific and he's on Eastern, so usually we're pretty clear about this. I don't know why.
Oh,
Yeah, we do
gosh.
this every week.
It was that Spider-Man meme. We're all pointing at each other like, "Wait,
Hey,
did you write it? No,
Wait.
did you? Who has the information?"
I think we really manifested this episode in a way that I've never seen before. So
oh yeah, because I'm excited to talk to y'all.
oh yeah, you have been on the guest list here for a while now, and we're very glad to have you.
Why'd y'all wait? I should have been on the next week.
So moving along.
She makes a good point. We're not going to answer that. Moving on.
Don't have to answer that. So Chelsea, we want to get to know you, obviously, and so do our listeners. So we want to learn a little bit more about you. I think that starts with your name, ChelseaBytes. What's the story of your name, and what was your first online name, presence name, whatever it was, screen AIM, Xbox Live, whatever it was. What was the first one?
Well, that's embarrassing.
Yep.
You know, I went and of course my cat shows up. I went off of one of my Pokemon, like Togepi. And it was like the sound that Togepi made. And I'm not going to replicate that. That's all you get because it's really.
Can you just replicate it for us?
We all know. Everyone knows what
Let's
that
just say
is.
it's Chip. Let's just say I went by Chip for a long time. Sounded like a bird tweet. All right, that's it. Oh God,
that's a great first name. It's great. I mean, we've had some real rough ones. So honestly, as far as name goes, that's really pretty tame.
Oh God.
Yeah, you're fine.
It
At least
was
it did have
cringy.
3 X's and 4 U's and I don't know.
But that's normal. That's like the standard, you know?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Everybody expects that. Like, you look at my name and people are like, what? Chips and what? So they just called me Chip. They just
Chips
called me
and
Chip.
what?
Yeah.
Well,
That used to be the
name.
brand.
Okay.
It used to be Chips and Dip on my channel. Yeah.
Okay. Chips
Oh,
and dip.
really? Wait, you're on your channel? You mean your Twitch channel?
Yeah, I drew my own emotes, had
wow.
guacamole, and it looked like a flower pot to some people. But, you know, to me, it was Chips and Dip. So
Chips and Dip.
Why'd you change it?
Yeah.
I want to go hang out at Chips and Dip.
you know, you can't really get behind a channel that's just about chips and dip. Like,
That's a good point.
what's the message there? We just
Yeah.
eat chips and dip. Do we dive into a bowl of guacamole? How do you take it up from there? That's
I don't
That's
know.
a very good point. Yeah, you're pigeonholed pretty good.
It feels like a pretty pun-rich environment, though, when it's your whole stream is based off of snacking.
oh, they don't stop at the chips. They go all in with It doesn't quit. They find puns everywhere. You're never going to escape the puns, no matter the name.
Oh, we
true,
know, don't we, Jen?
Oh, yeah. So then how did you eventually land on ChelseaBytes?
Computers. I basically just kept right computers. I have a degree in computer science, and that's all we really talked about for a while was,
Yeah.
oh yeah, the new graphics card is coming out. You're gonna put it in your computer. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess ChelseaBytes works, and I bite things. So yeah, would you
often
like
bite?
would you like to be on the podcast?
Food,
Yeah.
Paul? Chips and then dipped also?
Yeah.
Chips and dip.
It
I
was,
bite.
it was
That's
an
the thing.
homage to my
full
last
circle.
channel.
So
Yeah.
I thought actually originally when I first heard your name that you were like anti-Chelsea. Like whoever Chelsea was, you were like, she freaking bites, dude. She's the worst. My
Is
name's
that what you thought?
Margaret and Chelsea is the worst. That was what first came into my mind. It was like a satire. You're against Chelsea.
Yeah, like Chelsea sucks, but
Yeah.
then Chelsea bites.
But did
Exactly.
you see the Y in the bites?
I did, but then
He
I was
thought-
like, well,
he
people are
thought the
creative.
double meaning was, computers, and she also is the worst.
Exactly. Yeah.
Why
like
does it
but-
have to be the worst?
you don't have to be.
Maybe we're just negative people, Paul.
Why was that?
could be it.
Right. Yeah. That had to be your first impression? It had
Yeah.
to be negative?
I'm gonna
I
be
thought it
honest.
was
I don't get the negative vibe from you. That's for sure. Yeah,
Thanks.
definitely the other way. Yeah, definitely
I'm glad
positive.
it's the other way now.
Oh my gosh.
I
I'm feeling
hate that
good
it was your
energy.
first impression. I do.
I'm sorry. All right,
I'm
everyone.
disappointed.
I'm sorry. I didn't. Glass half empty
You
kind of
didn't
guy. I don't know.
immediately 8 bits in a bite, like that didn't come to your head first? No? Okay.
Wait, who's in a what?
8
8
bits and a
bits?
bite.
8-bit Chelsea. Nobody came up with that first. No, okay.
Chips and dips. See how it's all connected, Paul?
Chips and dips, bits and bites. Come on.
We're gonna have James Cameron do the movie about you with just like Inception and all this stuff. It's all connected, Paul.
It was all a dream, all a game.
The movie goes forward and then it goes backwards. You know what I mean?
Like
Okay.
No,
Tenet.
you're losing me. All right.
Just-
Yeah. Hey, got it. Woo! That makes me really happy because that would have felt flat. I would have felt really bad.
No, it's Tenet.
So you were chips and dip before, ChelseaBytes now. How long have you been live streaming?
I've been streaming for about 2 years now. We started my first real stream, I guess, was when I had like the black. Oh God, I forgot I was streaming on the 4th of July for like 6 hours. It was just a black screen.
We've all been there.
What?
My longest
was
live is like
nothing.
2 days.
Oh God, 2 days?
Yeah, I was just running.
You didn't get banned?
Nope.
Wow.
Well, it was running in my what I would take down my webcam because it was in my kitchen,
Right.
and so I put it like down so it's just blank. Yeah.
But you would just stay
OBS
live?
was running. My OBS was running. I think the actual stream timed out. I think I got taken down, but like, hey man, you can't do that. I was like, oh my bad. I'm new here, but that was like 4
Paul,
years
you
ago.
did the
A lot of
same
people don't
thing.
know that.
Yeah, remember on
You
a
went for
What?
a long time
on a
once, didn't you?
Sunday
Not
when you
today.
randomly clicked the button to go live and you didn't realize it till 45 minutes in?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I
Oh,
did do that.
my.
Yeah, that was dangerous.
Your mic was on and
that's
everything,
very
and we're like,
dangerous.
"You're live!" Like
Oh.
chat was screaming, "You are live!"
That's so funny. 'cause
Yeah,
there's
my
no
mod
way
texted me to tell me that I was live, which is why I give my mods my number because
Smart.
That's smart.
not always checking DMs, on a Sunday. I think I was just like sitting there in like a robe,
Yeah,
Like,
you definitely had
just
no
like
pants on. You said that.
chest hair
You were
all
like, I don't have
hanging
pants
out.
on, so
Just
like, thanks for
chilling.
telling me.
Just having a good time, just hanging.
I mean, what are the chances my camera is on and I accidentally hit go live? Like
That's
that is
low.
just that's
Well,
asking
hey,
for
now
a
you don't
Reddit
have to worry
post.
about it. Hey, now you don't have to worry about it because there's a good chance your camera's overheated, so it won't even be on.
Oh, don't get me started, dude. Whatever. Chelsea, what camera do you use? You have a very nice camera.
I have a nice camera that, clearly I'm figuring out how to use with all of these low end, low quality web services.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm using my Lumix G7 Panasonic camera. It looks great on stream, but Discord hates me. So
Oh yeah,
here we are.
that's
Yeah.
perfect.
I have to bring it down. If you guys if you guys don't mind me tweaking it half stream, I could totally show you how good it looks. But I'll
Yeah,
wait
you
for my
can
manager.
you can tweak it if you want right now. You just have to
Oh.
give me a new link to post it.
Oh no, it's pure camera.
Okay.
We won't change the link. It's all through the camera. Yeah.
All right, good.
And my cat seems to just love this
Yeah,
camera.
your cat's
too.
all about it.
She
cat's all
won't
about it.
quit. I put her down 3 times. She keeps coming back.
Yep.
She only comes when I'm talking to people.
Yep.
So she's clearly interested in you guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look
That
at it.
happened earlier today with me and my cat. And we
Yeah.
were doing estate planning with perfect time to have the cat knocking
Estate
your
planning?
camera over. Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting old. Crow's feet.
Estate?
It's estate
A
plan-
state or state?
Paul, I was making a will. I made a will because I don't have a will.
You just sounded like you said state planning. I'm like, Ed, you're not a
Yeah.
representative. Like, I don't know what the hell
I
you're
thought
talking
you were
about.
talking about like Wisconsin or Texas. Or
Yeah,
something.
I'm
No,
like,
no, yeah,
what's that?
we're planning the 51st state, and they asked me to be part of the coalition. No, that didn't happen. No, estate planning. It was just is one of those things.
Oh.
It's just we're I don't know.
Yeah.
We're nipping it in the bud, I guess.
Yeah,
To be honest, I'm sitting
timely
there
death.
way over my head mostly, and Donnie was just losing his absolute mind right at that moment, just going and knocking every single thing he saw off the desk, rolling in circles, just like he closed Zoom twice by laying on the mouse. Just like dragged it off the screen once. I was like, oh, and my wife was like, I'm like, take him. And I don't know, it was awkward. But enough about me and Donnie. Everyone knows
Oh
about
my
Donnie.
gosh,
Donnie knows
seriously.
something on Instagram.
Yeah.
But what we would like, so you've been going for 2 years.
Yeah.
And,
I'm sorry. I'm gonna definitely sidetrack y'all. I like asking questions.
No,
about
it's
y'all.
hey,
you're fine.
it's all good. That is,
Yeah.
we love it. It's all about
Y'all are
conversations and
interesting.
learning, right? We learn
For
here. On
sure.
the pod. But you've
2
been
years. Yeah.
streaming 2 years. We've got the widest range of people. We had Clintus last week, who's been on YouTube since
Ooh.
before YouTube was YouTube. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that he invented it and he's just keeping a secret. So,
Basically.
and then, and people who are a little bit more recent, and because they're definitely like just the world of content creation has changed so much, even since I've been streaming for 5 years, and it's been, insanely different from when I was on. But I'm always interested. We are always interested to learn about how you discovered it and decided to get into it. Was there like a moment, like a stream you saw, or like, I don't know, were you in another field that was like, hey, you should try streaming? Like, how'd that happen?
Ooh, I was a young little lad watching YouTube videos, and you know how those little YouTube kids were back then.
Yep.
Oh, what's this thing called Justin TV? Let's get on there and let's play games and stream. So I would go there and I'd be like, oh, what is this channel? Whatever. Let me just watch my faves play video games. And then finally, when I was in college and I sat back, I was like, I could do this stuff, because I finally sat and we watched World of Tanks, and everybody was saying like Kek and Pog, and we were like, is this another language? What are they saying?
Basically.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
That was my big introduction to like the culture, because we really did not get it. And we were by no means like, old timers or anything, I guess. Like we play video games, we talk to gamers, but this was something completely different. So I finally sat up, started watching somebody called Hodzik, pro Apex, just professional. I was like, holy crap, he's really good. But he also played some scary games too, and we connected, and it was nice building a relationship from there.
Awesome.
And that's what got us into it. We made a friend. We've got social skills, and we used them.
Nice.
And then it built up from that. My first stream, though, oh God, that was embarrassing. I had a full afro. It was just huge.
Oh.
Took over the whole screen.
That's not a bad thing.
No, I was in my red robe.
Red robe, full afro, got it. Picture.
This is appropriate, right? The full afro and the red robe, and I played Haunting Ground. And
Haunting Ground.
Yeah, it's like
I would love that game.
Oh yeah, y'all know what that is. Just sat up talking to myself. Played that for a while.
What the heck is Haunting?
Good times.
What?
It's one of those Capcom like fan service type games. Girls always wearing something really thin.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Okay. You know what?
Okay, very cool.
Go. Oh, I love you, but you gotta go. She likes to show her butt. All right.
Can't blame her for that. Same. So you got into it, you said 2 years ago. Obviously you were watching Justin TV though. I mean, that's
way back. 13,
you were kind of like sidelining this whole thing for a couple of years before you decided to get involved.
Yeah, it was because it wasn't something that I was more YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
You go, you watch your Let's Plays. I was the person who would sit up and watch like Kingdom Hearts back to back and all just every video game I could think of that I couldn't afford, of course. And I just watched somebody play it. And oh my God, she wants all the attention. And it was just so easy to transition to watching somebody do it live. And of course, then I could be my full trash self, because I was the person who left like comments where I'd be like, man, you missed that. What's wrong with you? Like, I was that terrible.
You were that commenter. Sick.
I was.
After the fact, backseat gaming, nothing like it. It's the best.
Yeah.
I was, oh God. I have already accepted my truth that I was a terrible person.
Yeah.
And I used to do that for every video. So much that the YouTubers would talk back to me. And that's what
you became known in the...
You were like, first known as a troll?
You were Twitch chat before you were in Twitch
I
chat.
was.
Oh, it's awesome.
Oh, it was terrible.
Dude.
It was. I look back and I cringe to this day.
Oh, gosh.
Because the comments don't go away.
No, they're there forever.
They're still there. And my God, you guys are never going to find that account.
Was
Never.
it under chips and dip?
No.
Okay. Because they were probably like, I don't know who this,
they'll never find me.
I don't know who this son of a bitch chips and dip is.
Oh.
But he's a dick.
They were
You're like,
definitely
yes,
dicks.
he is a dick.
Yes, he is a dick. Yeah. Because you just assume every person on YouTube comments is a dude. It's like, oh, yeah, of course.
I mean, it's like 80.
Yeah, there's no girls on the internet.
No,
I
they
used to say
exist.
that all the time. Yeah, I was like,
There's
girls.
certainly no mean ones. Oh, no, you can't possibly imagine that. There's no one that would possibly be controlling you.
Oh, I was there. I was the mean one in the back. What are you doing? Pick that up. What's wrong with you?
Meanwhile, the video is like 4 months old. They're like, I don't even care about that.
Oh, it was a
anymore.
year old.
You're like 100% clear my ass. You missed that. I thought.
Clear. My
So I
ass.
burned my old self in a fire, and I learned internet etiquette.
There you go.
Oh, okay. So
Stop being a dick.
all right. Well,
Yeah.
with that in mind, right? So you were Twitch chat before it was Twitch chat. You've now been streaming for 2 years, so now you've experienced yourself within your own chat, I'm sure.
And I deserved every bit of it.
100%. I would usually say no, but you deserve that. That's on
Every
you.
bit. Every bit. And I was very political with it. I took it with grace. You know, somebody would come in, they'd be like, "Hey, you prefer it, cut or uncut?" And I'm just like, "Huh?"
Oh,
Just move on.
what?
Yeah, we still get that to this day. And we just take it with grace. And I'm like, "Wait, do you mean like apples? What are you talking about?" We just entertain that.
Yeah,
like
who
a
likes
second.
eating whole apples? Nobody.
Yeah, I like to cut my apples.
God. Let's not
Yikes.
talk
away
about
from
fruit.
me.
Let's not
Oh
talk about
my goodness. Oh, that's horrific. Okay, so all right, so someone in your
please.
is that a llama? What the heck is that in the back?
I'm trying to discourage her. She knows what this
Yeah.
is. She knows I'll pull out the spray when you're being insufferable.
I only
You
ever
beanie?
see this with cats, by the way. Dogs are never just like up in your face.
Yeah, you're right. They're in the other room
I can't get on the
tearing everything
table.
apart.
Oh, you let your dogs. Oh, they always
Yeah.
tell me my dog's name is Tony Bark, and they always tell me to free Tony because he is in a cage. Tony is crate trained,
Yeah.
so
I'm gonna say it's
for
called
a
a
few
crate.
hours. Yeah, for a few
100%,
hours he's
yeah.
up, especially when I'm streaming.
Yeah.
So we don't play that with the dogs. But the cat, why are you looking at me like that? I didn't do anything.
What?
She hates me now.
What? I was like, excuse me?
The cat, I wish you guys could see it. She's just got her eyes wide open and she's staring at me.
I don't know if cats have
I'm
facial
sorry.
expressions.
Man, I just want to run and get my cat when I know the same thing's going to happen to me.
No,
Yeah.
leave your
I
cat
do.
alone. Donnie's the worst.
Just love
I
it.
know. Mango, you want to come get Schrody?
Oh my
My
goodness.
husband's name is Mango, for
Mango.
context.
Okay.
Mango? You want-
Context is
no?
good.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
He's a manager, but he never comes when
You're
I
like, it's
ask
weird.
for him.
Mango hasn't
I was
been
going
here.
to be honest. I thought you were
3
calling
years.
another cat to get your cat.
Oh yeah, no. You got one
Just for a,
cat.
just a split second. You told me what it was, but like without context, I was like,
Yeah,
oh
we
yeah,
use
just the
pet
other
names.
cat. That's what I do.
Yeah, that's how we do it. That's
Oh,
how we
one
roll
cat.
in the Bite family. We use pet names.
To get the
Except
other cat.
me.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
So
good
okay.
old Chelsea here.
Anyway, you've been streaming. You've been hoarding cats and dogs,
Yes.
for 2 years.
2 years.
Never letting them out of their crates.
Never.
When you started doing this, I feel like it was probably a little bit of it was a transition for everybody, like getting used to what it's like to stream, right?
1000%.
Dealing with the chat, managing your content, deciding what to stream, all that stuff that goes into just like daily being a streamer.
Right.
So we like to know in general, what's something that you would say is valuable to someone just getting started? What's the most valuable tip you would give to them? Like, hey, do this or avoid this.
Talk to people. Just chatting. Please.
Yeah.
I feel like
Okay.
a lot of people don't do that. At least from my experience. A lot of people will jump into a category and think that they can just play a game.
Yeah.
And people will come. And you got to look at the numbers. I mean, we come from a data analytics background. Like
Oh, yeah.
everything we do, we just do numbers. I have so many spreadsheets and charts
Computer science.
of channels
yeah.
and
You're trained.
people and just monitoring how these things should go.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, if you have this level of, and of course, there's no level of entertainment, but if you are at this point, this is the type of attention I think you should be getting. And the only way you're going to get any sort of attention is by trying to reach somebody, by trying to talk and engage with people. And that's how I started. That's just actively what I did from the
Yeah.
beginning. It was all just chatting streams. There were no
wow.
games, maybe one or two where I
Really?
terribly just sucked at it. But yeah, it was mostly just chatting where I would just sit up and talk and work on something.
So what do you do in
yeah.
that situation where you have, I'm not sure what you started out with, like, stream 3 or 4 or 10 or 15, but like if you have 5-10 people in there, are you
Yeah.
just maintaining conversation with yourself if they're not participating? How do you work through that?
Oh, that was, well, see, the thing is, I never really had that problem because once it's really just the start of it. Like there's that start where, there's no one there. That's always how it started. I was like, there's no one there, but I would be doing something. I'm not just sitting there.
Okay.
I'd be doing something. And luckily, I'm just crazy enough to talk to myself. It's just a natural, like it was just a natural thing where I was just like, okay, I can comment on this. And I made it into almost like a surgery, I guess, or like some sort of demonstration. So I'd get something and I'd talk through it. So I'd work on cosplay. Okay, now we're going to get the plaster and I'm going to scrape this on there and hopefully it comes out the way I want it to come out. And then somebody come and be like, what are you doing?
Chime in.
Yeah.
So you'd like create opportunities for people to join in the conversation.
Yeah, and just do something stupid. Like go in the kitchen, do dishes. Go in the kitchen, cook, or go in outside and talk about what you see outside or just do something.
So
like take it and make it a part of your day.
Yeah, that was my next question is, so you can talk to yourself, which is a great skill to have. And is a very good point for a lot of people that start streaming is you have to be able to just essentially make conversation with yourself and respond to yourself. But I'm curious what you would do. So you said like a couple of things. Did you have like a mobile stream or you would go do dishes on like live or what would you do physically?
Okay. So what you want is the Chelsea package and how she got it all started. Okay. Yeah. I can give you that. I started off on my Samsung S6 Edge phone. Okay.
Not an ad. Not affiliated.
Not an ad. Not at all.
From what I know about Samsung, they have phenomenal cameras, though. Continue.
In 2018, I say that for context, not for an ad. In 2018, so that was an old phone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's garbage, at least for what was out at the time. And I would literally just hike it up and put it on the floor and angle it at me. And then as long as the angle looked good and I could see the screen, I'd just sit up.
You had a floor shot of yourself,
shot,
and you're like doing dishes.
For the dishes, it was a different setup. You're on the counter. You get your little.
I was gonna say, why would you just put it on the counter? Like it seems a little bit.
Yeah. But like my first one, it was out on the patio.
Okay.
And I just sat on the ground because we were a new apartment. I didn't have anything. Nothing. Like literally, we didn't have a couch for like a year.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
okay. That I feel
Don't
that.
remind me. Don't remind me. Of the
Trevor doesn't know
times.
anything about it. I got you.
Oh, that's
100%.
Okay.
Wow. I lived that life.
Rude. I'm assuming I've had a couch my whole life.
Can I have that life?
On a couch one season, Paul. Okay, I roughed it. Okay, I had to
It's
sleep in a
overrated.
closet once because the guy that slept on the floor, he snored.
It's true. You were Van Wilder for a minute.
Just accept it and just realize that being poor is overrated. Oh my God. But, yeah.
So overrated.
I think everyone watching, listening, and listening later can also agree.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Okay.
That's how I started. It wasn't something fancy though.
Just straight to Twitch, like the off the app.
Oh God, right off the app.
That's crazy. I always see that like little button that comes up on the app, and I'm like, no.
I mean, it's just like going live on Instagram now. Like it's pretty intuitive. I've done it once. I did it once a few months or during the season once. It worked pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. Oh yeah. Instagram's great.
If that's what you're doing, like if you don't like need to, I don't know, switch screens and show a bunch of different things, and you know what, I just so I can like kind of reiterate a little bit because we asked this question to like a lot of people, just like what's the one thing that you would have known when you started that you learned late, but I do like I think engagement is the key, just keeping that in mind, and unless you're the number one player at a game, right? Other than those, other than being like the top 10 in the world or something, and you don't have a camera or even a mic, and people will still watch. Other than that, though, like engage, people are there because if they want to hang out with you.
Literally, no, that's also a problem for me too. I'm like, people think that just because they're good that they can just hop on and do that too. You gotta start somewhere unless you have a plan. You gotta know who you're reaching out to. You gotta know what teams are prominent. You gotta know who's in that circle because you can't. It's all a plan, literally. So I'll say that it didn't start off for me as a plan at all, like at all. I just got on because I was like, oh, I'm bored. I need somebody. We moved out to California from Texas. It was my first time out of state. I didn't have any friends out here. I was the lonely gamer, you
Mm-hmm.
know, just out here with no friends and just wanted to talk to somebody. It made me realize how much of a social person I was. I thought I was a homebody. I'm not. I like to talk to people. So
Oh, interesting. Okay.
yeah,
Kind of
that's
reveal
where it
something about
kinda-
your own character.
oh yeah. Do I not seem like a people person?
You do very much seem like a
Yes.
people person. You have very good social skills.
I also am terrified every time you ask me a question now, Chelsea. I
Oh,
want
I'm
you to know
sorry.
that. I'm not
I don't
sure.
mean to do that. I don't mean to do that.
I don't know.
Are you?
Are you a good person? Yeah. No. I think it's just it's a good way to fill that gap. Introduce yourself to a whole bunch of different mindsets, because I know some people are scared of Twitch chat, and I'm like, okay, then why are you streaming?
Yeah.
But then also,
Yeah, exactly.
right? I'm like, you're scared to talk to people, but you're here.
Only way you could do that is if you're a god at the game.
Yes.
If you want to be antisocial, fine, but you got to be freaking hitting
You gotta be
no
great.
scope YY 360s every shot.
Yeah, and then get somebody to talk in the chat for you. 1,000%.
Yeah,
But,
I mean,
yeah.
there's just not there just isn't very many of those people, and frankly, to be honest, a lot of them are kind of endemic and OGs anyways. Like, they've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And they they didn't have the technology wasn't even there to really have a high quality, and it's just that's part of their brand. It just became part of who they are. But like, if you started in the last 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you need the nicest thing in the whole wide world. That's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is engagement is everything, and it's beyond just trying to like compete with other people. It's just about making human connections and making being part of someone's day in a positive way. I think that's just, if you live by that kind of tenet, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna have
You know what
you're
I
gonna
hear?
enjoy it.
Yeah.
Even if you're trash at video games, you can sit up and talk and, jib
Anyone
your
can talk.
jab.
Yeah.
There's hope for you. There's hope for you.
Absolutely. 100%. And my entire community said amen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And your entire community said, and somewhere mine is like, he's good at something. He's good at baseball, at least. I mean, but I was in Milton's stream this morning, and he was talking. First of all, that guy's one of the most intelligent people I know. And Chelsea, I don't know if you know Milton, but he is maybe one of the most creative he can make up a character in like 5 seconds and then just like change his voice and like RP. Like, he's one of those people.
Yeah.
He's just really, really, really intuitively smart. But he was just going on a tangent about like the healthcare system and like kind of talking about illicit drugs that shouldn't be, and the medicinal use and all kinds. He's just like kind of goes on tangents like that. I was just listening. I'm like, dude, he's one of a kind, and he really plays up the thing that makes him unique. And I think that's what people love. That people really love that he just kind of like goes, this is interesting to me, and I'm going to go way into it. And they're like, this started really weird, but now I'm into it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like, that's the type of person he is, and he does a really good job of engaging people.
Really good.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. It's cool that's
So
kind of where
cool.
you went, and I noticed that specifically today about him, and now he's got that. He had a couple hundred viewers a year ago, and now he's in the thousands. He's just slowly, steadily growing, and people enjoy
his
being
soul.
there. And
Yeah,
he's doing
That's
a great job.
good.
Lean
I
into
need to
what you're
use him
good at.
as a role model then.
Identify what you're good at, what you like to do, and just
Yes.
I think you would love Milton. I think you both
probably
would get
would.
along very well, actually.
I
Just
think
as a
that's
sidebar.
probably, and that's funny because that segues into my next thought, because it definitely wasn't a plan to start, but then it definitely quickly became one after.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the most useful thing after that, after starting and engaging and finding people who relate to you, is bringing value. Just bringing value to, and yes, it has to be something that you care about, but you got to find a way to bring value to that. Even if it's been done before, you can do it your way. But
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, like, what's an example of bringing value?
yeah, for me, it was mostly, even if it's just you talking, try to teach somebody something, or talk about something that not a lot of people talk about, or you might have seen it trending, but you might have your own take on it. And it quickly became me writing, for my stream. Like, I actually spend more time writing beforehand now, so it's not something that's completely unprepared. When I was a complete amateur when I first started, or I'm just sitting there like, okay, guys, what do we talk about? Dragon Ball Z anime. Like it's not.
Whoa! Come on. Don't
Yeah?
throw shade at Dragon Ball Z. Come on.
It's played out. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's so
that
played
Nate
out.
shot? No one
Oh.
cares.
Nobody
Oh,
cares
Never
anymore.
come on.
Get over it. There's so
Wow.
many better anime out there.
Oh my!
Please
It's
find
been
another
fun.
horse to beat
Cut it
to
off,
death.
PM.
No.
45 minutes. We almost made it an hour. Wow.
Almost made it back.
Yeah, it's over.
Damn
Yeah,
it.
we're done. Great stream, everybody.
Never mind. I take it back. I'm glad you have all this
Oh
sound effects.
God. I mean,
wait.
that's what I mean though. By adding value, like you bring an opinion,
Yeah.
you have a discussion, and you just drag people for it.
So, well, I find it interesting. You mentioned in there. So I'm all about having conversations about things, and I love that. And that's one of my favorite parts of streaming. Actually, is it's partially cathartic for me because I get to like kind of talk about a wide range of things I don't usually get to talk about, except for this podcast. But it also increases engagement, which is great. You get more people chatting.
Engagement.
More people are interested in your opinion. If they, maybe they like your opinion on something, like, okay, maybe Paul's got good points about this, or Chelsea's got good points about this. I like this idea.
Yeah, that's rare.
But specifically, what you mentioned before, you said something about writing. How are you? I took that as you're writing a script for your stream before you, or like a bullet point.
Oh, for sure.
A little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Explain that. Like, what does that process look like?
That's definitely, it's really a feeling every day. I don't like to write the day before. I always do it the day of because I'm always in a different mood. Like,
Very cool.
Oh God, jeez. I'll feel like talking about something one day, but it will not carry over the next day. So I wake up in the morning, decide on what I'm feeling. Like, what do I really want to discuss? Sometimes it gets heated where it's like, wow, I really hate this. And I want to discuss why I hate this.
Yeah.
Or, oh, wow, this was hilarious. Look at how many remakes of Paranormal Activity they've done. That's nuts. They're coming out with the 7th movie this year. It's nuts.
That's what they do with horror movies. That's all they do. They find one that's remotely popular and they beat the hell out of it.
They beat it up. And we discussed that. And sometimes it gets political where I'll put like a whole slideshow / presentation together. Where I'm like, oh God, look at how terrible and hypocritical. Geez, the adoption system is awful. And I'll talk about my experience with foster care and
really? Okay.
This and that and my family. You do your research basically. So you bring up examples, you talk about the stuff that you didn't know before you got on stream, talk about stuff you learned, talk about stuff you knew. And if you're not getting questions or, like, oh yeah, I knew that too, or, oh, that's great, you're not doing a good job. So every day is just like a test of, okay, how well did I do my job? And if I liked it, then, already I got my check mark.
Yeah.
But the chat is just like an addition to that. They're like, oh yeah, look at that. Just seeing how fast they're moving or how engaged they are or what types of questions they ask or what they add to it. That's exciting for me.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Crafting the conversation.
It's amazing. I don't know that we've or I've ever experienced another creator who writes out topics before they get into it. I always kind of thought it was always just, seat of your pants, just talk about whatever comes to mind. Or whatever chat talks about.
I'm frankly actually, and I don't think I've told you, I've actually started outlining just a little bit. Just to keep me on. I mean, it's mostly like, okay, I need to switch to this and do this, and let's touch on these couple things because I wanted to get it out there, and I'm passionate. But I really, really like that you're finding some topics, especially that you're passionate about, and that you want to engage people on, and then and getting those thoughts together and like educating yourself as much as possible before too, because it's just a better conversation that way instead of you going, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that. And then you're like, should I be talking about this? Because I don't know anything, evidently.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, that's so cool. And I think that, and then once you do that, your chat that comes and knows that that's what's that's what you guys are doing. The people that really want to be part of those conversations have a place to go and feel like they're, being heard and being a part of it. That's
it definitely
awesome.
makes
That's
you a
so
better
cool.
person. I personally think it just makes you more interesting.
Yeah.
When you sit back and you try to challenge yourself. Because you don't want to talk about the same thing every day.
No.
Oh,
and
man,
you're
guys.
into a lot of stuff, right? You like a lot of different things, and you're obviously very. It sounds like it's something you really enjoy preparing and doing, and like having that plan. Sounds like your brain works a little bit like that too. So it's enjoyable for you to do. Which
don't get me wrong, I can do it off rip. 1,000%.
Oh, yeah.
We can, right? We can do a conversation just impromptu. I do that sometimes where I'll just be like, we're just getting on today. Whatever.
yeah.
We'll figure it out.
I'm
But-
with you on that.
Right?
Oh yeah, Trevor's
Right,
very with you on
like,
that.
Very passionate sometimes and have
Yeah.
to rein it in.
Yep.
I can't rein it in. I'm terrible.
Mm.
I will go off, and then Mango will tell me, you got to delete that stream. And I'm like, no.
Oh.
Yeah,
putting it on
Chelsea,
YouTube.
before you got in here, when we were all like setting this whole thing up,
Yeah.
PM mentioned, he mentioned that he couldn't like buy whatever AMC stock.
Oh.
Trevor was like, let me tell you
You what? Now
I
this
think
situation.
about
Why I'm
stocks.
angry.
Oh, child. You know what?
You will.
You know what? You decide what you want to do with your money. I'm never going to tell you what to do with your money, but I mean, when you want to gamble and you do that and it works out, sometimes you just miss the train.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just miss it, and I know we didn't miss some of it, so that was nice.
Yeah.
It's nice sticking it to the man for once.
Oh, you were on board with
I
that.
get it.
Nice.
I understand the premise. I totally understand, and actually, it's a really cool. It's not cool because people are going to be losing money like left, right, and center. But
Oh yeah.
it's a conversation that is very real, and like these guys who thought they had it locked in realized
Real
it
quick,
wasn't locked
disclaimer,
in. So
Disclaimer, and Noah will
Oh.
love this. We are not a financial advising podcast. We are not financial
We are not.
advisors.
Yeah, no, not at all.
We do not.
with
Yes,
it. We're
yes.
just people on the internet.
At all.
But we're just gonna move past that and actually maybe go to something a little bit more sunny. My question.
There you go.
My Trevor May question, sponsored by fill in the blank in the future. You said you're originally from Texas, moved to California, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Those are two very, very wonderful areas to eat food. So, what?
Did I warn you? I'm in Northern California.
Okay. So one of the places that you used to live, and currently don't live in, has phenomenal. Well, and I mean, it's San Francisco's got some dang good sushi.
Oh,
so,
I wish I was close to them.
oh no, please, you're
Yeah.
not
Gets
in
worse and worse.
Sacramento, are you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what Sacramento's known for. I'm pretty sure it's not food. Okay.
Oh.
The
So what's
Kings?
your what food wise? I want to know what your favorite food is. What's your go-to driving home? You're like, I'm about, like, say you're gonna have a what's it called, a mukbang? Is that what it's called? Where you sit. It's
What'd
the
you say?
Korean. Isn't the Korean
What did you say to me?
sitting
That's
with
the
food
word.
and having a conversation? Mukbang. Okay.
Mukbang.
So if you were
Okay.
about to go and have a stream and be like, I'm gonna have some food while I kick up stream. We're gonna talk about a conversation. What would that be? What would your go-to, like? Oh, this makes me so happy.
God, it'd be fajitas.
Fajitas.
Fajitas, the bacon wrapped shrimp, and now the butter is special. Okay, it's clarified butter. It's not just any old regular melted down butter. Clarified butter, bacon wrapped shrimp. You've got your steak. It has to be medium rare. Okay. It has to be
obviously.
just perfect. And chicken needs to be, I know people hate moist, but it has to be moist.
No, it's got to be moist. What?
Oh,
It's got
yeah.
to be moist.
That's
and,
the one time you can use that word because you're not going to say damp chicken.
Right? Oh, ugh.
You want moisture.
Oh, God.
Give me that damn chicken.
Damp
Damp
chicken.
way worse than this.
Oh god.
All right. Well, you don't want to do that. But
Yes.
what everybody seems to miss in this area, because they have fajitas here, unfortunately. And I know you're crying over the damn
I'm
chicken.
sorry.
but
I'm
that is-
sorry.
that
I
is-
just can't stop thinking like a wet towel of chicken.
That's
I'm
how
sorry.
it is
I
up
couldn't
here.
like
We
chicken
got
after
damn-
a shower. I'm sorry.
We got damn chicken up here, and it's sad.
Go on.
Ugh.
Fajitas.
It's
It sounds
sad.
amazing.
Oh, they're delicious. You got to get the tortillas right. They have to be handmade,
Yes.
like homemade. Like they have to be warm. They have to have butter. They have to be made with a press. Not the Mission tortillas that you get from Target. Okay,
Oh,
you can't get these tortillas at a store.
it's a specific
You
reference.
have to
Okay.
do it.
Made tortillas.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to make them handmade, and that is the beauty of it. With your Mexican rice,
Yeah.
all right, sour cream.
Okay.
If you like, jalapenos and peppers,
Who
throw
doesn't?
that on there.
Kidding me? Yeah. Go on.
Oh God! And I like to put crab on mine as well.
Ooh.
So
Wait,
these get
bacon
pretty
wrapped
loaded.
shrimp.
Yes,
you
these
said?
get pretty loaded, and that's all in one fajita, like shrimp, steak, chicken,
Ooh.
Diablo
Crossing
shrimp.
over our proteins?
Yes, always. And the shrimp, do you eat the tails?
I mean,
What?
no.
What?
I'm not a huge
No.
shrimp guy, to be honest.
What do you mean no?
People eat wait, with the shell on?
Yes. Do you not eat the shell? Y'all are
That's
wild.
shards of shell.
It's not shards if you chew it.
It's shards first. Oh, I can.
No, it's not.
Okay, well,
You just don't have strong teeth. It's all right.
agree
It's
to
okay.
disagree.
Oh, I gotta
Greek
imagine
enamel.
that comes out like corn kernels. There's no way that comes through that doesn't get
It's
broken
so
down.
good.
Well, okay, we didn't have to
It's
go
so
there.
good.
Oh,
So
sorry.
any good place will season the shell and the stuff inside,
Yeah. Oh,
and it is
gosh.
delicious. It is
You-
deep. Well, you know what? Maybe it's just the southern thing. I don't know. We eat our shells down here.
Do you do that with sunflower seeds too?
No, that's a seed.
I'm imagining
Do you
just jamming full shell seeds and going, and it just turns into that paste.
I'm not a squirrel.
Okay,
I'm a
good.
carnivore.
Okay, well,
Okay, so actually, to be fair, quick note about that. I did that in high school because
Oh,
I
you
didn't have
did?
the patience to chew
Oh.
individual seeds and like tuck it with your tongue and like flip it over and then like just get the shell out. I was like, nah, that's stupid. So I just shoved
So
a bunch in
you're
my
laughing
mouth.
at me
But
and you're
just-
eating shells?
I spit it out, Chelsea. I didn't eat
No,
the
you
shells.
didn't.
I'm not a
I don't
Neanderthal.
believe you.
you had this
I don't believe
disgusting paste. You're just going.
I don't Thank you.
Yeah.
Nobody's able to
all
do
of us.
that.
I can see, like, hey, you got a lot in there, bro. You might want to clear it out. You're like, all right,
All right, hold on.
all across.
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Okay,
exactly
so
what it
we
was.
just learned two things. We got
Yeah,
eating the
it's it.
tails
Hell
of shrimp. We got Paul making
Oh, yeah.
sunflower seed paste. Is too lazy.
The shrimp
No.
tails are more acceptable.
No,
I mean,
All
you
right.
should
It's
swallow it.
cultural.
No, that
It is. Sunflower seeds acceptable nowhere. Nowhere. You took that out.
Can't wait to
Oh
put this
my-
on TikTok.
I'll put that in my pocket.
that is horrific.
Kids are gonna love this one.
Kids are-
Oh,
kids.
God.
no, that's
You're
that's
wasting
terrifying.
good shrimp there. All
so,
right.
so we got
Real good
fajitas.
shrimp.
Fajitas.
Yeah.
I mean, the chicken. So first of all, you said chicken, the beef. I would even go. Well, actually, I don't even know pork fajitas are really even a thing. But I'm a carnitas guy.
Yeah, you
Anything
can do whatever
carnitas.
you want.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you. That's the beauty of fajitas.
Yeah, I would
is-
sub the
Yeah.
shrimp for the pork, and I'm good. I'm set. That
I
sounds so
love-
good. I'm hungry.
I am too.
I was, and then I heard shrimp tails, and now I'm good.
Well, let's
Oh, yeah.
let's move this thing forward so we can all eat. But I got a phenomenal. We got a great new thing we did recently, Chelsea. I believe you were the third week that we've done this. We've taken questions from the chat. You heard Paul saying that weird number, that weird Oregon number earlier. That sounds like we're calling an H&R Block in mall somewhere in Portland, but it actually comes straight to us, and
Nice.
we got a great text this week. Usually we have a video or a voice one, but we got a bunch of texts this week for whatever reason. So this comes from TTVDJCherry, aka Simon. He says, "Dear Trevor May and ActionJaxon, I'm fairly certain he might think your name's Action, which I love. So we'll just go with that.
Hey, action. It's good.
What's good? What's up, Simon? Simon, first of all, thank you for your message. He says, my name is Simon, TTVDJCherry on Twitch. I'm a 15-year-old streamer and a YouTuber. The May Contain Action podcast is in my opinion, is the best podcast on Spotify. Thanks, brother. Also, recently, I just started a Twitter account and was curious on your best advice to grow your Twitter.
Oh, God.
These DJ Cherry on Twitter. Also, if you guys are wondering, if you're reading this, have an amazing day and keep up the good work on your Twitch streams and the May Contain Action podcast. Be sure to follow the pod. Thanks, bro. He gave us a little shout out at the end too. This guy knows how the game works.
That's right. Get sucked,
growing
Joe
on
Rogan.
Twitter. Growing on
Best.
Twitter.
Yeah, screw you, Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah, I forgot Joe Rogan is on there and being paid very handsomely, might I add. So growing on Twitter specifically, and we've talked about this a lot on the pod, just kind of how platform, not being on one platform, don't post to one place, how one feeds the other. So Twitter and I feel like Twitter and Twitch go very close hand in hand because of that concept of engagement that we've talked about so much, because they're both very good for engagement. One's live talking to you and reading your stuff, and then one's just straight answer. You ask me something, I can say it immediately. So I'll let you hop in on this first, Chelsea. What would be a tip you would give for growing on Twitter?
Besides Twitch being probably my best platform, Twitter is my second best because I feel like it's nice to, again, engage. So you're going to start off being a nobody / maybe a little somebody. And your job is to talk.
Yeah.
You need to talk to as many people as possible. You find it interesting, discuss. And then from there, once you start gathering stuff on your Twitch or whatever you care about, post it. Post it often. Make sure it's good, but post, and push it. You don't have to just post it on Twitter. You can post it just about anywhere, but it's going to go back to Twitter because you're posting your Twitter link. So do you want to add something? You hear her yelling at me? Yeah. But that's my tip. And honestly, I get really lucky with some of my clips that I posted. It just really rang true with some people. And sometimes I even get the vibe where I'm like, this is going to smash. And it smashes. And I like that. That's why I feel like I got it down.
There's something about that gets me too. Paul, what do you got anything for that?
Yeah, I do as I say, not as I do. But I find that just simply participating in Twitter is one of the best ways to grow your Twitter. That means commenting on other people's posts, actual comments, like real ones.
Yes.
Not just like cool fire emoji. More than that, liking posts often. I will never forget this. I remember obviously like very specific chunks from a lot of our different guests. I remember Sparkles QT, one of our first ever guests on the pod. I'm pretty sure it was her. I want to say like 90% sure. She was talking about Twitter and she was saying, I will put good morning on Twitter. Just like very simple, just good morning, guys, or good evening or whatever. Just like saying that. Because I have friends who have a bigger following than me. All it takes is for one or two of them to like it. It gets on yours. Like, how often do you go through your Twitter and you see someone you follow like something else? You're like, oh, like, what is that? Or who is that person? And you can find someone that way.
Yeah.
So,
there's a whole, they built it in, right?
It's a whole algorithm based. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like the whole thing is recommending people for you now at this point. And when those people are engaging with your stuff or you're engaging with them because you play and they're your friends and you, I mean, oftentimes Twitter is just a lot like it's like literally you're texting each other, but everyone can see it. And
that's what it feels like.
Yeah, those conversations happen a lot where and the biggest providers of that are the freaking the Call of Duty guys with the Tim and Nick and Cloaksy are just constantly just yelling at each other like what they could easily just text, but they do it on Twitter because they want everyone to participate and share in the joke, which is their like that's
and
what
that's great.
And
that's
it's great. And I think that's what the fun thing about it is you can have a lot of fun with it. You can engage with things. You can put snarky comments. The whole idea of ratioing and Albert, the guy, the infamous ratioer. He is signed with Luminosity and all he does is ratio tweets. It's hilarious. It's the funniest and most cool, like awesome thing because he's not malicious or mean or anything. He's just witty and people like it when they tweet on his stuff because it's funny and they're like, oh, he's going to ratio me and it's going to be funny and I'm going to be part of it. Like, and that's like, that wouldn't have happened without the way that Twitter is. So
for anyone, by the way, who is not sure what that, I found this out like a month ago. Ratioing is when you comment or retweet someone's tweet and you get more likes and engagement than they do.
And the original tweet,
and the original post,
Oh,
he found out because he got ratioed.
Yeah. I got ratioed hard, but I re-ratioed and won. So that's all that matters.
And that's a story. You made a story, right?
Yeah,
and remember,
sure, you picked up the pieces.
Oh yeah, but it all fell apart. But
you know what? It's not our fault. We got crow's feet, and I was talking about having an estate planning meeting earlier. So how am I supposed to know what ratioing is?
That's real.
Even though I knew before Paul what it was.
I just hide mine with makeup, just no concealer. Sides.
And if I could just add one last thing before we move on to this wonderful Manscaped ad that I'm so excited to read. Let's see if you can find the word of the week. By the way, it's going to be very obvious. I
just told y'all I can't read.
Oh,
okay.
But you don't have to read it.
Not make any sense.
To listen.
It's probably going to be the word you don't know what it means. Before we go to there, I wanted to just lastly say, just kind of wrap that up and say engagement is huge.
Yes.
And kind of think of it as just the same way that you make a YouTube video, you want to make sure that you are engaging with the people in the comments, even if they're negative, and try to give some self-deprecation. That's what I try to do. Or same way like your Twitch chat's talking to you and you should be talking to them. think of Twitter that same way. And when you have cool content that you want to share outside of Twitch, which you can find cool stuff and grab stuff if you're an edit, if you edit your own stuff, or if it's just a clip or whatever it is, just try to get consistent with grabbing something to show what you're about. Because it's a great way to, like, Twitch isn't a platform where that has all the tools to find people organically on it yet. They're trying. I got to tip the cap a little bit. There are adding stuff all the time to get discovery part of that the way that it works, but they're doing better. Not the way it's set up, and so Twitter has to play that role a little bit. But at the end of the day, I'd say use it as your have some fun with it, have some conversations, and engage with some people that you really enjoy being around. You like maybe other creators, whatever it is, especially people you play games with, because then all the people that watch you play games also participate in your Twitter conversations. And it's a way to continue that conversation and have some fun with it, even when you're not streaming, which is just fun in itself. So just keep it there and just watch it grow and do more of what
there's
works.
a bottom line here. If you get one person in there, you got it.
You did it. Exactly.
Really.
And they add up over time.
Yes.
Yeah, and enjoy yourself. It's all. Remember to always enjoy yourself. That is the point. If you feel like I have to go find a clip to put it up, and I don't want to, then don't. Like, you don't have to, but just know what your goals are, and know that if that is your goal, that some consistent posting to Twitter and obviously Instagram, TikTok, and all those other ones that we've talked about a lot in the past, all the same idea. Just post and enjoy it.
Yeah, they're dropping knowledge in here. Y'all better take it.
There you go. But and Chelsea, I don't know if you're familiar with the Manscaped ad, but you're about to hear the word balls about 100 times. Yep. So here we go. Trevor May reading our ad for this week. Support for the MCA pod is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in below the waist grooming. Big news! Manscaped just released their new cologne scent to help you feel good and smell good all over and all times. Who knew smelling this good could feel this good at the same time? Manscaped is trusted by over 2 million men, and I'm sure there's a bunch of women too. They just, left that out. Join the movement of all your below-the-waist grooming. I can only imagine how many the number is. It's probably way higher than that, which is really impressive. So, everyone knows Manscaped has the perfect package 3.0 for all your below-the-waist grooming needs. Obviously, if you've ever listened to the show, we've said it 55 times at this point. But it doesn't stop there. Complete your grooming game with a new refined cologne signature scent by Manscaped. With the same signature scent that all Manscaped formulas, this cologne is a perfect complement to the collection. Light, approachable, gentlemanly in all the right ways. Think of it as your wingman for the night to keep you fresh and ready for anything. Calming and inviting, the signature scent introduces the light citrus burst before settling into the anchoring notes of vetiver. Have we figured out what vetiver means yet?
I don't know.
No, we haven't. And woodsy masculine finish. It's woodsy and citrusy. It's like you're in a grove of oranges. This 50 milliliter spray, it's 50 milliliters. That's a good amount, right? Cologne is even hypoallergenic. There's no pet dander in it at all. Cruelty-free, dye-free, paraben-free. No plastic particles at all either, and 100% vegan. Not a single piece of meat. This beautifully designed glass bottle makes a statement, and the manly scent is attractive to set the mood. The Marvin Gaye of colognes. Also, be sure to check out the Perfect Patch 3.0 with all the essentials for your below-the-waist grooming needs, including the Lawnmower 3.0 trimmer and crop formulations. Get the sack you've always wanted. Yes, I'm talking about ball deodorant and toner to keep your testes their besties.
Hey.
Yeah, I know. That one's tough.
It didn't end well for Marvin Gaye, though.
He is smooth as butter still to this day.
Smooth.
And now you can use the new Manscaped Refined Cologne to complete your set and smell great anytime, anywhere. Show your body that love with some obeisance. It's time to feel sexy. Get 20% off, free shipping, and with code MCA at Manscaped.com. So close. Your balls and body will thank you. Again, one more time. That's 20% off, free shipping, the code MCA at Manscaped.com. Go right now, use the code, and let them know that we sent you. Thank you.
There you go.
Wow.
I gotta dive into that.
Differential respect. I don't know what that means.
Obeisance. It means if you're to curtsy someone,
obeisance?
Obeisance. Yeah.
Obeisance?
Obeisance.
The guy on Google was like, obeisance. So I was like,
yeah.
Obeisance.
Obeisance, right.
Yeah, so it's like if you recognize their like title, like if you were to make sure that you referred to somebody as doctor, they have a doctor, even if you're not in that. Made sure that you were doing that. That's giving deferential respect for.
Yeah, like the
That's kind of
curtsy.
what that is. Yeah, like curtsying or bowing or
Very royal,
nodding your head or whatever it is. Yeah. So
I got to tell you though,
that is.
I'm pretty concerned over the past couple of years that I've been buying cologne with traces of meat inside of it. So it's good to know that Manscaped is meat free. You know,
That's good. Oh, that's great. No hemoglobins, none of that.
None of that.
No hemoglobins, not a single one.
Oh,
That was
freaking
honestly-
standing work, Trevor.
Oh man,
I got
Nicely done.
fired over there.
it would have
really
been
did.
better if you weren't laughing through the whole thing.
Oh
This
no,
is-
that's not
not
welcome
possible.
to the show. We have not one time
Not
made it through
once.
an intro, an outro, or the read. One time.
Not
without
one
crying,
time.
laughing.
I feel that.
So
what?
Speaking of crying, laughing, we got our game.
Woo!
Paul did it.
Woo! I did the game today.
Oh.
So it's called a game today that we're doing, Chelsea. PM couldn't have nailed the music any better. I mean, it was right when I said, and now the game.
Yay! I'm moving too much. All right, let's take it back. Dial it down.
Unrelated. Are there any producers in chat maybe looking to edit a podcast that maybe are available? I want to do this.
You want a job?
PM.
Go ahead and
Stop
apply
playing the
now.
damn song. All right, our game.
Hey, we're back.
It's called Animal Noises. Chelsea, it's pretty simple. It's you versus Trevor. There's 5 noises. You tell me which animal noise you think it is out of a multiple choice.
There we go.
All right.
Multiple choice.
Specialty.
Let's
It's been
do
about
it.
20 weeks since we did this, so I'm super excited.
It's been a long time. So, Animal Noises is back. You're welcome, everyone listening. All right. Our first animal noise. PM, turn the damn music off. You can't hear the noise.
Or turn it down, maybe.
PM, the music.
You see it just slightly get quieter.
Right, it got a little quiet.
It got like 1 decibel quieter.
My God. I hate you so much. Okay, our first animal noise is
Cat.
okay. All right. Okay. Well, I haven't even said.
You have multiple choice.
Oh.
choice. Okay. So one more time.
The cat.
I'm that confident.
One more time. That noise
One more
is
time.
okay. Is that A, beaver,
Is it
B,
keys?
a kangaroo,
Uh-huh.
C, a chinchilla, or D, Twitch's very own Caliverse?
It's a chinchilla.
I was gonna do that. It's a beaver.
You guys are both locked in?
Yeah, lock it in.
I'm locked in.
Trevor, you are. Chelsea, you are both incorrect. That is a kangaroo.
What is it even doing?
Jesus Christ.
That's a kangaroo right there.
I knew it was one of them rats. I just didn't know if it was the big rat or the little rat.
One of them rats. Those rats are jacked out of their
Is it the
mind.
two-legged rat
Those
or
things
the
are.
four-legged rat?
It's one of them rats.
All right, moving along.
Okay, 0-0. Still in
Our
it.
second animal noise. An animal noise.
Animals. Aminals? Oh, that's a lot.
One more time.
That's me in the morning.
Is that A, a giraffe, B, a moose, C, a reindeer, or D, a sloth?
Reindeer.
Okay, Chelsea's locked in with reindeer. Trevor?
Moose.
Trevor Moose. Trevor,
It's a sloth.
you are tough break. Chelsea, you are both wrong again.
What the? These
That
are
is
hard
a
noises.
giraffe.
That's a giraffe.
That's a giraffe.
It was a giraffe. I
Yeah.
thought it wouldn't be so domestic.
No.
When you get that sound, kind of like the feedback sound, I always think it's at night. Like it's a
Oh, you
night
think it's a
recording.
night? Yeah, see, it's tough. The context sounds around it are tough. Yeah, that's Yeah.
Doesn't that sound like it's recorded at night?
It does. It does a little bit. Well, it
Sure.
sounds like it was recorded
Or
far
on a
away.
highway, either one.
Yeah.
It was somewhere.
Let me tell you real quick, you know how hard it is to find a vocalization of a giraffe? Apparently there's studies done that they didn't even know that they made sounds for years.
Oh,
And they think that they make sounds that we can't hear.
that's
Majority.
sad.
And that kind of wild. Yeah.
The unheard giraffe.
So it's pretty nuts. Moving along. Our third animal noise. All right.
Oh, that's a weird one.
This one's tough. This one's tough. This one's tough. This is actually a threefer. So make it a little easier for you guys.
Okay.
Is it A, a cockatoo, B, a squirrel, or C, an otter?
Oh my God, squirrels make so many noises.
They do make a lot of noises. What do you think?
I'm going squirrel.
Gonna go squirrel? All right,
I'm
Chelsea,
going to go with whatever the third thing is you said.
otter.
Otter.
Otter, yeah. Choice were cockatoo, squirrel, or otter. All right, Trevor, you are.
Let's go! And they also hold hands when they sleep. It's so cute.
They do, which means Chelsea. Unfortunately, you were.
adorable.
All right, 1-0.
Thanks.
Gotta hold this lead.
Finally got one. We're on the board. All right. 1, 2, 3. Gotta remember where the buttons are. Okay. The fourth animal noise is. Okay. That noise again is. Is it A, porcupine, B, sea lion, C, me, or D, a walrus?
Oh, dang. I thought you were going to say Myth's keyboard.
That's what I was gonna say.
Paul, I think it's you.
I think it's you too.
You both think it's me?
Yeah.
Porcupine, sea lion, walrus. Not attractive. No. Okay.
Didn't even listen because I knew it was you.
Okay.
Right?
Well, you are both.
I knew it.
Ding.
Thank
I
God.
knew it. You do that so good. And
Damn it.
we had that in one of my recent YouTube videos. You saying you're perturbed. You're like perturbed.
You can't do research on my noises, dude. Come on.
Hey, it was in a video, bro. What am I supposed to do? Gotta watch the videos. Gotta know if they're good.
You gotta know if they're good. That's a good point. I have
Right?
to watch
That's
my
kinda
YouTube videos.
crazy. I knew
point.
that. Oh.
All right, our final animal noise. It is 2-1. Chelsea, you only have hope to tie, unfortunately. Let's see if you can do it. Our fifth animal noise is. That noise is again. One more time. Okay. Is that an eagle? A, eagle. B, falcon. C, a flamingo. Or D, genitals.
Dude, it's genitals.
This isn't fair.
I mean,
I feel like I'm being heavily influenced.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So
I don't know what you're talking
do I just
about.
is this my lifeline?
You
Is
have
this
no
my lifeline,
lifelines.
guys?
Go flamingo.
It's
Flamingo.
there in the chat. I'm
You're gonna go
going
flamingo? Okay.
They're like,
Go
man,
flamingo.
that's
I mean, they've been saying a bunch of stuff that they've been wrong on. So I mean,
That's
you can
true.
you can by all means, but so again,
I'll
your
stay
options
true
are
to
eagle.
myself and I'll say the falcon.
You're gonna say falcon.
Oh God.
Okay. Trevor, you are.
Oh, it's a flamingo!
See, this is why I can't
I'm
PM
sick.
do things. This is why I can't PM
Did
use
he
the board.
change?
This is why I can't do it. He said flamingo.
It's Jen. I
It's
know it's
Jen.
Jen,
It's
guys.
Jen.
I know it's Jen.
It's Jen. Yeah.
Because only Paul would do animal noises with only 3 animal noises out of 5.
So I can't play this game with you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. I don't know what he's thinking. Chelsea, I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
What? What do
It's
you
fine.
mean? It adds the
fine.
different level.
It's
Nothing to do with you. You're good.
it's so
It's
funny
great.
though. I've never heard that clip though. But I know he was like, "Oh no, Trevor will know that. Oh no, Trevor will know that one. Oh no," and so he had to like find one I wouldn't know. I guarantee it. He might have
tried.
gotten it last night.
I tried my best to just get I'm just trying to get noises that actually any content creator makes. If I hear a weird noise in a Twitch stream, I'm clipping it. There's always a possibility. Could be an animal. Could be freaking Gubba. Could be Tim.
Or we
Could
can
be
go
Cloaksy.
guess that content creator.
Ooh, that's not a bad
that was
idea.
right.
Next time. I like that.
That's my
I should
idea.
have trusted y'all. That's my fault.
That's all right.
That's my fault, guys.
Chelsea, you did lose, but I think you won in our hearts.
We did. You really did.
Participation trophy. I appreciate it. Thanks.
It's okay.
What we do as millennials. Thank you for
Your
participating.
hearts are a great consolation prize, though.
Thank you for playing the game. And thank you for making a pause. Great job, man.
Of course.
Absolutely.
So, Chelsea, as we kind of wind down here, I kind of mentioned this to you before, but this is just a small section of the podcast where we give a little shout out to someone we've been watching recently or just consuming more of their content. Could be anyone, big, small, doesn't really matter. My shout out this week, we'll have you go last. My shout out this week is to Jericho Tucker. I think I've actually given a shout out to him before, but I've just been watching some of his videos and stuff lately and some of his content. And he really does a good job at engaging with his audience for sure. Yeah. He has a lot of highbrow conversations that kind of go over my head a lot of times. He's a really smart dude. Right. But he just for, I don't even know how long it was today. It seemed like at least an hour just talking about what's going on with, GameStop and the stonks and all that. And it was just really good. He does a great job of engaging all the people in his chat. He does great just chatting. And he's really, really engaging. So I enjoyed that. So that's my pick this week is none other than Jericho, aka Tucker, our previous host of Chasing the Crown.
Yeah.
Love you,
great.
Tucker.
Great dude.
And there's a reason he MCs so many things, man. He's just,
he's unbelievable at that.
He's just really good at just
Very talented individual.
He's very talented, yes. He's got I know he's got like a pieces of lots of different pies he's got going behind the scenes. I know he's involved in a lot of stuff. So, shout out. He's a guy to learn from for sure. Watch what he does.
Absolutely.
That's Jericho with the job right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My side monitor is a fellow The Purge Minecraft server we met when she scared the crap out of me in the tunnels.
Yeah.
Cruzadar. She is I believe she streams on YouTube.
Take your time.
I know she has a YouTube channel, but she's very, very big on TikTok. 2 million followers. Shout out. That's incredible. And her TikToks are hilarious. They're hilariously edited. She's figured that out. And I am fortunate to have made one of those of her terrifying me. I literally, because there's sounds being made in Minecraft all the time. You don't know if you're about to run into like a bunch of monsters in the underground. You have no idea. And so she put on her voice changer and just started going, and I was like, "What is that?" I was just screaming and running away because there was proximity chat, and it was really funny. And
that's nice.
She's really talented and really funny. And you should go check it out. That's Cruzadar, Kruzadar. And someone's like, I'm like, what was that? And the chat was like, oh, that's Cruzadar. I literally thought the word Cruzadar was like a boss in Minecraft.
You know about the Cruzadar?
I hadn't met her yet. And then we have since been in an alliance, and she is 100% carrying us, the 6 of us, because all 5 of the other people died last purge, and she lived and went absolutely ham. So, yeah, hopefully that continues and she protects me.
Oh yeah, that's
awesome.
Because we know Legion and Milton aren't doing anything. So,
yeah.
Anyhow,
there you go.
Very
that's
good.
what Cruzadar. Go check it out.
Love it. Chelsea,
Definitely.
who is your side monitor shout out?
Oh yeah, my shout out for this week, and I say this with all the love and all the heart, is Control Alt Quinn. After and you got to take the time to sit back and just talk. It is a completely different type of humor, which somehow I just fell in love with. She loves Star Wars, so we're both like Star Wars nerds together.
Awesome.
But she is an amazing mother, and she's genuinely one of the nicest people I've met on this platform. And she kills it. She's just entertaining. She's got the look for me. I'm like, oh God, your stream looks so great.
Mm-hmm.
And she's always just on and happy and just ready to have a good time when you get on. And that for me is just so genuine. That is so much love there. So you want to go and make fart noises and, pretend to be in a TIE fighter, that's the place to be.
Nice.
That's a highly specific thing to
Fart
say.
noises, TIE fighter.
It's specific, but
Highly.
you know,
You want to fart in your
it's,
TIE
it's
fighter?
great.
Go.
It's great, guys. Yeah, absolutely.
So you say it again. It's Control Alt Quinn.
Yeah, literally like on your keyboard, Control and then Alt and then QUIN.
Yeah.
QUIN. Awesome. And that is Twitch, correct? And
Yeah,
everything
on
okay.
Twitch. She's
Awesome.
live. Oh God.
Oh, okay.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, my
I don't
girl's
know
on.
where to go after this. Nice.
Yeah, she's
Control.
fun.
Awesome. We will check her out, and that was a very, very nice description of we're always looking for good people, and the world needs all the good people it can get. So
Absolutely.
I'm
she's
excited to check her
excellent.
out.
Also,
All right.
I'm told really quickly before we outro here, Trevor, just really in the chat, we're being told it's actually pronounced Crusader for Crusadar.
I wasn't gonna say a thing.
Are you
You're
serious?
so rude.
Is
Oh my
embarrassing
I'm gonna leave.
for us
Wait.
as a pod. You
No,
did that to
okay.
us.
First of all,
You did that to us.
Crusader. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but the Z to S, man, that's big. But someone told me it's Crusadar
Someone said out loud,
Yes.
Crusadar.
in a call the other day.
You're supposed to correct
okay.
your friends,
All
right.
not in public.
Ooh,
And
okay.
So,
perpetuating yourself.
I'm not gonna throw them under the bus, but I just was like, yep, that is how it's spelled. So that's still on me. I'm like, because I said it, and they're like, is that how you say? I'm like, I think so. And they're like, yeah, that's how you say it. So I was like, all right, Crusader. You know what, Crusader?
Sorry.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You know what? You're getting some gifted subs.
There it is.
There
I feel
you go.
awful. That's the worst thing I've ever done, actually, on this podcast.
I'm sure she
I'm-
gets it.
Genuinely horrified right now. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
But
you're fine. I've
the
done worse.
S and the Z, it's very even in my brain right now. I'm trying to think of it as Crusader, and I'm still struggling.
Yeah. I was
Crusader.
trying to
I
say
just
like
said
she
it- I
gets
just
it all
said
the time.
crew again. Like I'm.
Yeah, no, that's on you. You're
All right.
you're
Well,
a bad
let's
person.
awkwardly move forward into the outro.
Yeah, edit and post.
Woo!
Trevor. Okay. Okay. So Chelsea, what's
Yeah.
next for you? Do you have anything? Any special events coming up? Any merch coming out? Any rebrand? Anything cool that you would
yeah.
like to plug? Because now is the time.
Oh yeah, the Bite Command merch is dropping worldwide. You
Oh.
get to wear your assless chaps.
Whoa!
BC on the side.
Finally.
God.
Damn it! EM.
Oh no, we'll do more. I'm a nerd, so we play a lot of D&D every weekend. You want to check out Damsel's Dice and Everything Nice on Pixel Circus? That's where I'll be. 6 p.m. this Saturday, Pacific time.
Pacific time.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, Pacific time, and
Oh, yeah.
get to watch me role play.
Wait, is this merch out, by the way? Right now?
This is not real.
Oh, it's not real. You were completely. Well, I thought you were kidding about the types of merch, but I thought there might actually be.
Really let
Oh,
down.
no.
I was looking
I'm
forward to
sorry.
letting my ass cheeks
I was
hang
like,
out. in the
yeah,
cool
there's probably no
breeze.
assless chaps, so there might be hoodies.
Eventually, we'll get to the assless
Okay.
chaps.
All right.
Eventually, but yeah, merch will come out someday.
Cool. Well, awesome.
Yeah, that's me.
Great. So we now have, remember, guys, we have two ways for you to get on the pod. You can, in addition to the review of the week, which is coming up in a moment, you can also use our brand new phone number, 503-908-9526. You can leave a voice message. Please enunciate and say your name as clearly as possible. We are noticing. I mean,
As clearly as possible.
it's a voice message, and I know
That
this
was
kind of is
funny.
coming back to the Crusader thing. I know that that's kind of what you're going with this, but in reality, this happened somewhere else.
It's not.
As
it's
clearly
not-
as possible.
Dude, your voice cut out the moment you said
Right
the
when
word
you said
clear.
it's clear.
You know what? I'm
was
getting
perfect.
memed on right now. It's karma. It's
So
my
clear.
podcast.
Oh God.
Oh my God, how am I ever going to recover financially from this? You may have your question asked next on the episode, as we did earlier. But let's move on and let's see what our review of the week was. This came on Callie versus episode. It was on YouTube. It was a comment. CJ Curtis says, "Man, I absolutely love the conversation about adopting pets. A lot of you may remember we had a section completely devoted to that. I adopted my dog 2 years ago off Craigslist and of all places. And although I missed a few months of his puppy phase, it was so worth it. Also, just wanted to say this pod is the best. I listen every week, usually Friday mornings on Spotify, and this week decided to check out the YouTube. and I may never go back to Spotify. Keep up the great work, and can't wait to see what else you bring on the pod. Thank you so much, CJ. That was really, really nice. That was really cool.
You
section
taught
we
me how
did.
to comment properly, CJ. Thank you.
Yes. See, there we go. Everyone's learning, and that's the
Now
point.
we know if we see any like shit posts on the YouTube, it's Chelsea.
It's me.
It's Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just cuss me out in my DMs. There you
Yep.
go.
There you go. That easy.
It's all my fault.
This is the May Contain Action podcast. I can't wait to have Crusader on in the future. You can listen to all your major carriers of podcasts, including Spotify, iTunes, and Google Play, SoundCloud, or watch the VOD on YouTube, as CJ did. 5-star ratings wherever you can do that. We would really appreciate it. And give a thumbs up on the videos. Also, go follow May Contain Pod on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and now TikTok. Chelsea, where can everyone find you?
You can find me at ChelseaBytes on every platform, especially Twitch. We'll get consistent eventually, but Monday through Friday at 12:30. We do it for a couple hours. Well, 4 hours now. We're increasing those hours.
Nice.
We talk for about an hour and a half, so don't come into my chat talking about when are we playing video games. Just assume it's a just chatting type of day, okay? And we'll talk. And you can find me everywhere else. YouTube, Twitter. I got a Discord. We like to watch shows and Instagram. My least favorite is Instagram, though. Just come on Twitter so you can yell at me.
My least favorite.
That's a theme here, too. You're
Oh, my
fitting
God.
right in.
What a terrible platform.
Well,
Yeah.
we loved having you on, Chelsea. Thank you so much for being here. And honestly, adjusting as quickly as you did was phenomenal.
Yes.
We really
Thank you so much.
God, thank
All right,
y'all
guys.
for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a pleasure. We will see you next week on the Make Contain Action podcast. All love in the world. See you guys.